So, some people think that 4 plus 4 can actually equal 5. What? No. Some people also think that 2 plus 2 will equal 3. No. Some people think 5 plus 5 will always equal 11. No. Now, listen, I don't care for math either. But let's talk about all of this. Back in a minute. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Saturday. I'm Jan from New York City. I love helping people keep more of their own hard earned money. Some things in life are indisputable, like all those figures in math that I just mentioned. Some things are just impossible, totally impossible. Like, for example, 2 plus 2 equaling 5. No, never happened. It just can't. It just can't. What am I talking about today? Well, math has a lot to do with things. And although even math is not my favorite subject at all, even as a school teacher, like in the beginning of the school year, I would tell my students, I taught the third grade and the sixth grade years ago, back in the 80s and the early 90s. And the first thing, like at the beginning of the year, I would write on the blackboard, much to their shock and dismay, I hate math. And they were like, "What?" I said, "Let's get through this subject together. I'm telling you." So you know what? It made them laugh, and they were like, "I'll help you get through math." They were telling me that. And you know what? For the most part, yeah, we all try to make the best of our math lesson. Listen, I'm just upfront and honest. Just saying. But I want to use this analogy, and it's an important analogy. Okay. A lot of times people get into unnecessary debt, okay, with their credit cards. Could be out of habit. People just get into debt over some things, like, for example, gift giving. You can't give what you don't have, and you can't pour water or soda or milk from an empty cup. If the cup is empty, the cup is empty. Some things in life are indisputable, just like the math and just like the empty cup. However, we don't have to sit around like poor, helpless folks and not do anything about it. If we see that our finances are in a struggling mode, and I mean like struggle mode, for example, that's the time to take action. There is only two things that one can do to make their financial life better. Okay. Only two things. I narrowed it down. Many people have narrowed it down. Some people are aware of it. Some people are not aware of it. There's only two things we could do to make the best of our financial life. We could either or an end using both. Cut back on our existing situations or slash increase our income. Uh-huh. Now, a lot of people, because for the regulars that listen to this, they know that I've asked this question several times in the past. Would you rather cut back? Would you rather increase your income? And lo and behold, the same answer comes back. If I took that poll again today, it's always the same answer that comes back. I rather cut back. A lot of people don't feel like increasing their income. Although, shockingly, even smaller numbers in an increased manner as far as income can make a big difference. Even $100 a month in some cases might have avoided some folks into going into credit card debt or borrowing or personal loans or tapping people on the shoulder. This is why I invite everyone who is in, especially in the struggle mode, to sit down with the numbers. Sit down with your numbers. Where did last month's money go? Uh, 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 I don't know. Oh, how often did you eat out? I think once or twice. But then upon really thinking and really being honest with themselves, that person, in fact and in truth, might have eaten out 15, 20 times. I'm not even exaggerating. And then they say, but I can't manage to save. I can't manage to make my bills on time. I have to use my credit card. Wow. Wow. This is tough. Okay. So, like I said, it only boils down to two indisputable truths. Like we go back, 2 plus 2 will never equal 5, right? 5 plus 1 will never equal 8. These are indisputable mathematical facts. You cannot give what you do not have. And what happens is the vulnerable person, the person that, for example, feels the need, and there are still some people out there that feel the need of this like fake, I don't know, showing off of stuff that they really didn't pay for outright, but a piece of plastic did, borrowing into the future, stealing money from their own future, which is a scary thought, just to impress someone. I could tell you this much. You think that person that was so called impressed really, really cares? And meantime, the other person did life changing things and may be stuck in a rabbit hole for quite a long time. I'm not, listen, I'm a positive person, but I also have to be an honest person. This is why not that long ago, I did a video about self honesty, basically, when it comes down to it. Self honesty is key in life. You have to be honest with yourself. Do you have a lot of like special occasions coming up as far as like gift giving special occasions? Not just, some people only think it's like in the holiday season. Well, no, there are a lot of times that special occasions come up. Can you pre-plan a little bit? If that person means that much to you, can you if you know that this special thing is going to come up in a couple of months, can you decide, all of us, any of us that, might be like scratching their head, figuring things out, okay, with their bills, making ends meet. Can one pre-plan ahead of time by little sacrifices, for example, instead of ordering in or picking up the expensive pizza from other places outside, okay? Maybe settling for making your own pizza. And by the way, sometimes it's a fun settle. You could buy a box of that Jiffy pizza mix, which I have done and used, and it is fun. It's easy to make. You can make a pizza. You can make a fun event. You could even have your kids join you. Turn something that like might be in your mind's eye, let's say a compromise. I'm just saying, There are ways and there are ways. We could cut around and we can cut back so that we can be a giving person in certain manners. Okay. Like if someone's wedding is coming up and you want to send a decent, wedding gift. I'm just using this as an example instead of running to that piece of plastic. You know what I'm trying to say? An ounce of prevention is worth the pound of cure. You know what else is really, really mind-boggling, in my honest opinion? I know it's Saturday, but I have to say this. Let's say a person is paying down their debt on their credit card, for example, and they even got there and paid off the credit card. They're no longer carrying a balance, okay? But sometimes this person tends to be really a creature of habit, and even though they really struggle to pay off that card with interest, by the way, let's not forget that. They probably paid a couple of times over or 3 times over, especially with some rates today, than the original number in the first place that they probably couldn't afford in the first place. And that's why they resorted to the credit card. So what does that person or persons or people do? Some people, they go back, and this is mind-boggling to me, mind-boggling. Go back to the habit of carrying a balance all over again. Go back to I'm just going to make minimum payments and think they're satisfying something. They're just staving off the problem till the next bill comes in. And meantime, all that interest has been racked up, and it's a lose-lose situation. There's no winners there. And it goes back to math, and it goes back to indisputable truths. One cannot give what they do not have. One needs to figure out an increase of some sort or a cutback of some sort. I'm just saying this to prevent anybody listening to this right now from possibly falling back into the rabbit hole of debt, especially for the person that just worked so hard to pay off that balance. So what do people do? Some people go right back into the habit again of creating a new balance, more minimum payments, more interest. No, 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 no. Go back to those indisputable math problems that just can't be. So you have to be honest. You have to correct the thing that needs to be correcting, increase the income if you have to, cut back, and maybe even cut up some of those cards. Just saying, just saying. Hey, listen, I have a little bit of a reminder for you today. I am going to be on the Everywhere with Steve Young channel at 1:30. Ta-da! I know some folks missed us last week. We were gone because it was Mother's Day weekend and I wanted a day off. Yay! I love all of you. But even Jan from New York City saves money, needs a day off once in a while. Steve needed a break too. Yay! But we're back together at 1:30 this afternoon. So head over to his channel. There's going to be a premiere. And by the way, if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And for the loyal regular listeners, thank you so much every single day. You guys are really, really great bunch. Thanks so much for your time. All right, don't forget to click like, please share, and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. But the question begs, why didn't you click subscribe yet? Just saying, just saying. All right, everybody, take good care. Have a great day and a great weekend. Bye bye.